Hi, I'm Chris LeBlanc, Czech practitioner and owner of Chi Training Studio, and welcome to Workout Tip Wednesday. I'm going to be starting this segment off with one of my most prescribed exercises called the prone Cobra. And reason it's one of my most prescribed is we have a very forward flexion society. Cell phones, computers, driving, it always it pronates us, it rolls our back, it gives us forward head displacement. Internally rotated shoulders, a postural misalignment called kyphosis or excessive rounding of that middle spine. So what the prone Cobra does is it fights all that. It gets us into extension, opens up those shoulders, resets that head. So it's a very fantastic one. Like I said, it's a very common thing that you see out there. So odds are this is going to be a great exercise for you. Lastly, the reason I want to show it too is it's one that's very portable. Really easy. All you need is a little bit of floor space, a nice high-tech piece of equipment called a towel, and any timing device, whether it be a watch with a seconds hand, possibly your cell phones. You can put a timer on that. So with that said, I'm going to take my watch off. We're going to get all set up for showing you how to do the prone Cobra. So if I'm doing this by myself, I'm just going to put my little watch on the top of the towel. I'm going to lay down, and where we want to set ourselves up is the forehead, or just around your eyebrows and above. It's going to be right at the edge of this towel over here. And we're going to use that as a little bit of a prop, and also so that you don't really crush your nose while doing this. Typically, you have your face head down. I'm just going to have it turned so you can hear me a little bit better. So over here again, this would be your forehead touching the towel. I'm just going to have my side of my head. Knuckles are going to be rotated so it's touching the floor. This is our nice rest position. So what the prone Cobra is, a few different moves here. What we're going to be doing is first coupling a glute squeeze so that we can protect the low back over here. So before any motion, we're going to activate, we're going to try and pinch our cheeks together and stabilize that over here. Secondly, we're going to lift the head away from the towel, and what you want to do, this is our little prop we'll use, is to use the edge of the towel, keep your eyes over here. Very common is to lift that head up. So we're going to lift it without any rotation going on over here. Also, you want to tuck your chin backwards, or if you're a guy, into your Adam's apple over here. We're going to simultaneously, as we lift up, we're going to externally rotate our arms. So the palms shoot to the sides of the wall, or the thumbs pointing up to the ceiling. Whatever cue works for your brain. And lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to try and depress or lower the shoulder blades away from your earlobes and retract, pulling them in towards your spine. So you're literally just pinching your shoulder blades right together. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little demo in real time here. So I'm going to put my head right down on the towel. I squeeze the glutes, and here we go. Here, and breathing is just going to be done whenever I need to. It's for 15 seconds. So my eyes are either on the watch or on the edge of the towel, and I'm dropping, lifting, and what you might notice, my body might be bobbing, just like you would bounce up and down in a pool when you take air. We're going to be doing the same thing here. And I'll come on down and I breath for 5 seconds. And then I'd repeat the motion for X amount of reps. We'll get into that at the end. Common things that I see. Over here, I put the towel down. I explain to people we don't want to rotate your head. And usually the first timers, the very first thing they do, bam, they go into extension with the cervical spine over here. So make sure when you're doing this at home, you get that prop. You can even put something funny right there to stare at. You can put your watch right there. You want to make sure that neck stays in alignment. Next thing that I often see, people forget to squeeze their glutes before they lift off. Okay, so you want to engage these so we don't put too much pressure in that lumbar spine or in that low back ears. And lastly, the thing that we see when we're up, we may think we have those shoulder blades nice and pinned. Over 15-second period, you might be retracted over here, and then it might actually pronate, but your body's still sensing it like it's pinched. So just continually try and pulse or keep tabs on where those shoulder blades are in space, and just keep that nice tension going. as even and steady as possible. Okay? So I mentioned time under tension. The ideal one to start off is 15-second squeezes or contractions and 5 seconds of rest. You'd want to do 6 to 8 of those reps. Now if you haven't done any exercise or you're unsure, you can always start with a 5x5. So 5 seconds of contracting and relaxing for 5. You can start with 6 to 8 reps, you can build up to 10, and then flip it over into the 15-second module I was saying. So 15 by 5 for 6 to 8 reps. Okay, so that's the prone cobra. Nice way to get fantastic looking posture, feel good, and nice and vital. And thank you for joining us on Workout Tip Wednesday. I'm Chris with Chi.